Morning, everyone. Welcome to the to our second annual Government Contracting Conference, co-led by the Center for Government Contracting at George Mason University and the School of Business, and the Defense Acquisition University. I'm Jerry McGinn. I'm the executive director for the center, and we're really pleased to have you here for this second conference, which in COVID days is virtual, as in almost everything is today. So to first welcome us, I'd like to introduce my Dean Maury Peiperl, and then President Jim Woolsey from DAU. So over to you, Maury, please.
Thank you, Jerry, and good morning, all. And I just want to say what a pleasure it is to welcome you to our second annual conference in government contracting. This one, of course, not only in an online format, but in a format that spreads it over several different topics in several different periods. The wonderful thing about George Mason University is the size, the scope, the connection that we have to our region and the pieces that are core to our region, and nothing can be more core to our region than the industry of government contracting. I've only been at George Mason now for 3 years, and in fact, it was after being away from the area. I'm originally from DC, but being away from the area for over 30 years. And when I arrived back here 3 years ago, and I looked around and I saw all that had changed, first of all, in the infrastructure and the industry of our region. And secondly, all that had developed at George Mason in the time that I had been gone. I was amazed, and I am thrilled to be able now to participate in building the future of this university, which is now on the Carnegie Research 1 list. It is, in other words, one of the top research universities in the country. So while we have been for many, many years focused very successfully on developing students and having the broadest access to education, really, of any school, certainly in the Commonwealth. And we're the biggest business school in the Commonwealth. Now we see sort of layered on top of that, not just the ability, but really the mission for George Mason to be making now a difference in the future of whole industries, and the one that is really more core to us, to our alumni, to our recruiting, and to our faculty than any other is the government contracting industry. So I just want to give a shout out to our team here, Jerry, Charlie Dolgus, John Hillen, Allison, and the rest of our fellows and people involved with the Center for Government Contracting for helping to make this a reality, because we are not only at this point providing you with a talent stream, or at least I hope that we're providing you with a talent stream, but we're also now convening the conversation about the future of this industry, and nothing could be more core to our mission of excellence and access and helping to change the world. So I'm particularly pleased and proud to have this team doing this work. I'm particularly proud and pleased to be partnering with Defense Acquisition University on this and other efforts, I hasten to add, and to have all of you who have chosen to join us here today involved. And I hope that if we do nothing else, we at least provoke more conversations and more thinking in this audience about where is government contracting going, what does it mean, the changes that we see happening and some that we may see happening, and how can we better inform and plan with one another for the future of this industry. So thank you all so much for being here. It's my honor to welcome you. It's George Mason's pleasure, and again, also, I say a third time, our mission to be doing this work. And I hope you have an excellent morning. I hope that you stick with us then. Invite your friends for the next session and the next session in the next couple of months. So thank you very much. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Jim. And Jim, over to you.
Thank you. And good morning to everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. That shows a lot of initiative to participate in events like this, and there's never a time when this is more important. Resilience is the right word. We are in some unusual times, and here we are Zooming to prove it. It's really a different time. Thank you, Maury and Jerry, for including DAU in this event. We're really happy to partner with you in this and in the other things that we're doing, and exchanging faculty and exchanging knowledge. I think that's on us to make sure that we're all learning the best we can learn from each other. So it is a crazy world we're in, and COVID could actually mask some of the other things that are happening, that the way acquisition is constructed is changing, contracting is changing every day. COVID has created some new contracting mechanisms. All things around us are changing, and they have to, because the world is. So it's really important, as I said, that we all get together and share ideas this way. So I think it's a great event. Thanks for putting it on and including us. And again, thanks for everyone to join us today and take part in this conversation. Let's get going.
All right. All right. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Maury. Yes, I mean, as you could tell from their comments, the theme of this conference couldn't be more appropriate: government contracting in a changed world. And the focus of this first module is on building resilience, because as COVID continues, we've made a lot of changes in how we do the business of government and how companies work to support government priorities. And so we're going to dive into that in a couple areas today. First, we're going to have a panel on strengthening supply chains, which has been an area which a lot of light has been shed, and we've got a all-star panel to tackle that from DoD, HHS, as well as academia, and as CEO of the major shipbuilder in the U.S. Then we're fortunate after that to have a panel on cybersecurity maturation model certification implementation, which is a topic for a lot of companies and the government dealing with how to protect our networks going forward. And then finally, we have our fireside chat with the chairman of the HASC, the House Armed Services Committee, Adam Smith. And that is a very timely conversation to talk about the National Defense Authorization Act, where it's going, where defense spending is going, and what the attitude, the view, or the perspective of the Hill is on all these matters. So I'd like to extend my welcome to you all, and we're going to, I want to thank our sponsors and all the participants. So we're going to welcome our title sponsors. We've got a short little video, Uninet, to welcome everyone. And you, George, good morning.
It is my pleasure to be with you this morning to show Uninet's support of the Center for Government Contracting and the government contracting industry that we all serve. Uninet is a leading provider of ERP solutions purpose-built for government contractors, architects, engineers, and other professional services companies. More than 2,000 project-driven organizations depend on Uninet to turn their information into actionable insights, drive better decision-making, and nurture business growth. Uninet views the theme for this conference, Government Contracting in a Changed World, as directly appropriate for the federal agencies and the firms who support their public mission. We are proud to be a part of this special event. Be sure to take advantage of all it has to offer and have a great conference.